Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am just jumping on here real quick tonight to show you a new digital kit that should be listed in my shop by the time this video is uploaded. Normally whenever I show a new paper collection, I just do, you know, the thing where I don't talk. I just actually let the pictures flip through. But I figured I would just get on here and actually show it to you tonight and just kind of go through it just a little bit. So this kit is called Vintage Moments. My husband actually named the kit because I am all out of names. I'm out. So it is very eclectic, I guess you could call it. Very vintage, grungy, maybe almost industrial type. So this is one page here, and I don't know if you can really see in the camera, but it's like almost like a brick wall, a grungy brick wall in the background, and then I just have like the vintage florals right there. I love this. I don't know that it actually went with it, but I loved it. It was just, it's so vintage. And of course I had to just throw the bingo card in there, and then of course some vintage writing. But this would be, that would make a cute journal cover. That would, or you know, you could use it as pages in your journal. And then this page I let a little bit of color get in, not much, because I kept it very sepia toned, I guess you could say. So this is like a wooden wall. You've got some of the argyle here that is grunged up. This is a ticket right there, a library card. This is like, it's a vector lace. And then this was just like some reeds or something. And it just, I don't know, I like the way that it looked. And I've got a little number label back there in the back. Look how pretty that is. And then there's this one. And so on this one, you can see it's really grunged. I have this vintage hot air balloon. I have a vintage frame. This is some like vintage, it's just like the pen and ink drawings of the plants, the numbers there. I'm trying to see what all, let me put my glasses on so I can see what all I have in here. Oh yeah, this right here, if you look, this is like some architectural design right there. Or math, that's what that is. I'm sorry, it's math. It's like a whole bunch of math problems. And then you can see I've got some damask pattern back there in the back. And then this one I really grunged up. I was having fun. So this one, the background is more of a coffee dyed paper, which you can't really see. It has some of the argyle print in it, as well as some different damask. It's got like 3 or 4 different damask patterns in it, maybe even 5. I have a vintage tape measure here, another vintage tape measure here that's rolled up. This guy on the unicycle, a piece of a postcard. This is a piece of a dictionary page. Just so grungy. Love it. And so here's this one. This one is a little bit more feminine, not quite as grunged. It does have some of like the vintage damask there. And then in the background I added some butterflies and some like wrist or pocket watches. I've done some of the script writing, this dress form here. And I like the way this lady looked on there. It just kind of, to me, it kind of set the page. And then here's another one that I let a little bit of color get in. And so as you can see, this is like the architectural drawings of some airplanes, some kind of wheel It's an architectural drawing. I don't know what it's to. We have the number 3. That's just like an old mailbox number or something. And this is like an old label number here, an old price tag. And then in the background, you can see the different numbers that are in the different colors. And this one here, this is another one that has a lot of different elements going on in it. So we've got the chipped or peeling paint here. We've got the weathered wood right here. This is some more of the chipped and peeling paint. This is like a checker block pattern. This is like the ticking paper, the stripes there. And then I just added an image of it. I wanted to say it was a lavender plant that I changed the color on to match this. And this looks like some old newspaper type stuff here. Some ads you can kind of see peeking through. And so on this one, we went with some of the similar elements that we did in the others. So we have the argyle, as you can see. We do have some damask patterns throughout it. I also put quite a few of like the vintage postal stamps, and then some of them I kind of just knocked the color down on so that it would just kind of peek at it. We have that vintage looking 7. This is like an old price ticket here, and then of course the man on the bicycle. This is another one where I use some of the same elements. This is the weathered wood, and you have the argyle, and then this was I think it was like called a grungy overlay, if I'm not mistaken. That's what that was called. This is some vintage objects here. There's a chair, there's a settee, there's a couple of different things. There's a park bench back here. I think I've got some of the architectural diagrams in here. And again, this right here was a lavender plant that I changed the color on to go with this image. And so you see you got the argyle here, and then you got like some of the smaller checkerboard here. You can see some of the architectural designs there. This is like a door. That's what that is, a gateway. And just a lot of different elements in there. And then this one is the same pattern that you just seen, except without the lavender. That's the only difference with this one. And then I got this upside down. Then we have this one. So I kind of went a little bit of a color on this one, but not too much. I still tried to keep it within that same tone. So this is vintage wallpapers right here. And then I've got some of the damask throughout it. This is a vintage flower. And I don't know how well this shows up on camera, but this is some really old vintage world maps. And then we have that tape measure right there. And so it's a little bit of color. It's not too much color, but it's just enough. And then this here can be a background page. So this has got, and maybe you can see it better on here, you can see all of this math diagram. How many of you guys remember doing this kind of math in school, where you would start here and you'd have to work all the way down here to get your answer? Well, that's what this is. It's one of those math sheets like that, where it literally was the entire page full of all of that math work. And so I've got that on there. I've done like some vintage style swirls. It's got some of the damask. It's got the argyle. It's on like a coffee dyed paper background. It's got some grunge going on. And then this is another background page. And so this is like maybe like a vintage wallpaper. It's the real small flowers. And no, your computer or your camera, whatever, it's not playing a trick. It is lighter in the center. So it's more like a vignette, I guess you could say. And it's just those same kind of muted colors. And then this is another background page. And this is like the Argyle. And it's on the coffee dyed paper. And then I grunged it up so it, you know, looked really weathered and aged. And then this is another that can be used as a background page. So it's that same, like that vintage floral, that small little flowers, the taupe and the beige type. And then this was like a ledger sheet that I overlaid on top of it. So you have some writing space, so this makes a great background page. And then the last page in this kit is this one. So this one is very similar to this one, except I have the ledger on both sides of the page instead of having it go all the way across. And then I just added some vintage postmarks to it. And then, of course, it's grunged up a little bit more. I've done some grunge to it. And so, all right, guys, so that is the kit. This kit, without any ephemera, I didn't even do ephemera for this kit because this kit turned out to be so huge. I may do an add-on kit for it, but this kit is 16 pages. So let me just flip through real quick. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Guys, this kit is huge. So I will leave a link to this kit in the description box below. So make sure you head on over to Etsy and purchase your kit. I do have a couple of more kits in the works. So as soon as I can get them completed, I will get them uploaded and I'll do a video too. And let me know if you prefer this type of video when I show my new paper collections, or if you prefer the other ones like I have been doing where it's just the photos of the paper. So just let me know. You know, I want to keep it interesting for you guys for sure, and do what is what you guys like best. So either way is fine with me. I don't mind doing it like this, and I also don't mind doing just the photos and putting some music behind it and letting the paper speak for itself. So just whatever works best for you guys, just let me know. But anyway, I will talk to you guys later. Bye, guys.